Hello, Soul Tribers. Welcome back. I pray you're doing well. Sending you the purest of love and light. We are blessed, we're safe, we're anchored, and we are heavily, heavily protected, I must add. So, if it's your first time, I welcome you. I hope that you'll feel at home here. You'll join the tribe. And if you're a returning Soul Triber, thank you. Thank you, thank you. May God continue to richly bless you and keep you and work on the desires of your heart. Thank you so much. So, from Divine's lips to my ears to your heart, this message, it just kind of like it came out of no, it just dropped inside of me like your enemies are ashamed. For a lot of you, a lot of us, our enemies did a lot, and it's almost as if they're asking themselves why, for what, the extreme and the extent that they went, the payoff or whatever it is that they were hoping to accomplish, it certainly didn't manifest at all. They may have been successful at causing certain delays but even those things, God permitted it because you understand how protected we are, right? Nothing can come to us unless God gives the permission or give the green light. And that was all for our own evolution. That was all for us to become stronger emotionally, spiritually, in different ways in our life so that we will love ourselves, we will know our worth, we will trust our intuition. When we get those nudges using our discernment, we will not just look at people as everybody's like me. No, we're not the same. And so these are lessons that a lot of you, a lot of us have had to learn. And so, like I said, our enemies went to the extent or, the extreme to do the most, whether it's paying, top notch evildoers to do witchcraft and all kind of foolishness. It didn't get them anywhere. All the gossip, all the hate, all the slander. Again, the cat is out of the bag. Everybody is exposed. People who try to downplay you, and I saw that in a lot of the cards that I'll be showing you in a little while. They were in the reverse, and that tells me a lot about what the enemies were doing. But those cards I read in the upright unless divine flips it. But yes, there were a lot done to oppress and suppress us, soul tribers. And now your enemies will have to walk away with egg on their face, whatever it is, their foot in their mouth, their jaws are dropped. All of that, in that evil masculine energy, whether they're a man or a woman, they were going very hard, very aggressive to do the things that they were doing. And I'm telling you, people are really sitting with themselves at this time. Persons wanted to downplay you, saying that you don't have it like that. Oh, everybody can do that. But at the same time, they were copying you, plagiarizing your work to impress the mass, while hiding you and suppressing you, throwing dirt on your name to ruin your reputation. I'm telling you, the truth is revealed. Everything is out in the open. All the fake empress and emperors, all the false status and all of this creating illusion. I'm telling you, everything is broken and you are free. You are free. And it's not that you didn't know you were free all along. You knew you were free, but it probably took a while for a lot of people to realize who you are and that you were speaking the truth all along. Because they thought that for whatever reasons, the people or the persons they had in their life, they knew them a long time. Why would they lie to me? Who are you? You're nobody. And now Even, I'm telling you, even the people who believe the lies, they are embarrassed at this time. They are embarrassed. They're embarrassed for themselves because they can't believe that they were tricked and bamboozled. There were relationships, business partners that were supposed to be launched and in place, and persons were able to step in and block or stop, or so they thought, these things from coming into your life, into our life. You could have been fired, laid off from a job, bullied, trolled for no valid reason, all because you are the real one. And the enemies, and it's so sad because for a lot of the people who believe the liars and the losers, they were investing in the liars and the losers. And the ones who are honest and people of integrity have had to walk away with their heads down. You feeling embarrassed about something that you didn't do, all because you had more against you, or more were on that side. And so people were investing, or you probably notice how easy it is for people to believe lies and the false narrative over the person or the people who are speaking the truth. But right now, the truth prevails. And it's not that, again, like I said before, it's not that you didn't know that you were honest. It's just now other people are seeing it. And the people who treated you bad, who mistreated you, disrespected you, purposefully blocked you and stopped you, thinking that that would deter you from going any further, or they would create, some huge destruction in your life. You wouldn't come back from it. Those are the people now, because God hid you. God hid you from these, the people who were gullible. And now they're seeing the truth is coming out and everything is coming to light. And let me tell you, you're going to have a lot of people who want to spin the block. But again, people have already shown their hands. And so a lot of people are very embarrassed at this time too. And for some of them, maybe you will give a chance. But there are others you're like, I don't know. Because when they thought that they were going to completely write you off and finish you off, they did not care. They didn't care because, whatever the lies they believe is like, that's it. Nobody would hear of you. Nobody would see of you again. And oh boy, are people getting a rude awakening. Are people getting a rude awakening? Again, all of this was divinely orchestrated. There's a lesson in there, big lesson for you, Soul Triber, big lesson for us about dealing with people, standing in your truth, protecting what is yours. Don't allow, because the lies are louder, to stop you or block you. Keep pushing, keep moving. Don't give up at all, because again, that's exactly what the enemies want. So it's like, don't feed into it. Don't feed into what the enemies want, because then that means they win. And that's not how the story ends. So everybody who they were paying, all kind of practitioners in different parts of the world and traveling on all of this, a lot of lost and wasted resources. So the first card we have here, it says hope. And this is like the temperance card. So your enemies are ashamed because they tried for you to give up. They wanted you to give up. And this is why I said you can't give up, because you were placed in something where you're a healer, you're an earth angel. You're here on purpose, for a purpose. You're an agent of change. God put you here for such a time as this. And this is why you can't give up. You couldn't give up all this time. And so you kept the light on for yourself, even when other people gave up on you. You kept believing. And like the Bible says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. And for a lot of you, a lot of us, you get to that place where but you said, But either way, it's like you just couldn't find it within you to stop. It's kind of like you come to realize a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. You stayed aligned with hope and faith as you create a brighter future for yourself. So you kept believing in yourself even when others didn't believe in you. You showed up for yourself when nobody else was showing up for you. That is awesome, Soul Tribers. I love it. You have a great calling on your life. For a lot of you, your haters are ashamed because we have here the Eight of Cups. Walking away from what no longer serve you. Excuse me. I am going to speak. Yes. So for a lot of you, you were not afraid to walk away and leave behind what was no longer serving you. Even though it may have been a difficult decision. For a lot of you, you walked away from jobs, even businesses and companies that you worked in. People wanted to suppress you in a particular area or areas of your life because they thought you had no other option. You walked away from relationships, from family, fake friends. But that led to growth and fulfillment. Your enemies are ashamed. Because it's almost as if when people think that, oh, you invest all these years in a company or in a marriage or whatever, or in a group or in a family dynamic, you're not going to walk away. So they think that they can mistreat you, disrespect you, and do all manner of evil against you. And you're like, okay, the Lord give it and the Lord take it away. Like Job said, still blessed be the name of the Lord. For a lot of you, Soul Tribers, you're not afraid to start over. And this is why your enemies are ashamed. Because for a lot of you, it's like every time, and with that hope card, it's like I'm seeing a light bulb. Every time the enemies try to snuff out your light in one area, God provides and He opens another way for you. He makes a way for you. And this is why for a lot of you, even though it's tough and sometimes the path is dreary and it's lonely, but you just can't find it within you to give up. And neither should you. It's like you have seen, you have tasted and you have seen how good and faithful God is. That even on those sad days and when it seems as if all is lost, it's like you already know, like I think the psalmist David said, it's like I would have fainted. I would have fainted had I not seen the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. It's like I would have given up. If I did not see how good and great God is, if I didn't have a testimony for myself, I would have given up. I believe that's Psalm 27, almost to the end. And that is why you kept going and you keep believing. So you're not afraid to walk away. You've invested a lot in people, places, or things, and you realize by you walking away, it leads to your growth. Your enemies are ashamed too, because when you left that, whatever it is, that group, that company, that relationship, you did better. You flourish. So people are really seeing who the problem is. It's not like they said it's you. So you're doing much better off by yourself. You're able to trust yourself as well. Trust your intuition. They don't like that. They don't like how you're able to go within to seek a deeper purpose and let go of the past. It's like, how can you forget about us so soon? But when people have done horrible things for you or to you, what is there to remember? That's all a part of you forgiving. For some of you, you really wipe people out, even though you may hear the phrase forgive, but don't forget. It's like you actually forget about them. I think that is one of the beauty I think about us, though, is like, and again, it probably doesn't even matter on the sign. Maybe it's just the tribe. Maybe it's because sometimes God will just wipe the slate clean. Where it's like you will come across people years after and you're like, your face looks familiar. You know, there's a reason why we don't talk, and you may have to go way back to bring that up, but it's like you don't talk about God washing everything away. You don't hold on to those resentments. You're not waiting to see them to say, oh, you can rub it in their face. No, you're not. You've already healed. See, your enemies are mad because of your innocence. Your innocence. It says you're exploring new emotions and creative ideas, uncovering hidden paths or depths. You're staying curious and you're allowing your imagination to guide you to new possibility and emotional growth. This reminds me of the Fool card. So for a lot of you, your ability to just step off into the unknown, it's almost as if it can't be, there must be more to life. It can't be it with these enemies. If these are my friends and my families, I don't need enemies. And so for a lot of you, it's the ability to just step off into the unknown, trusting, having faith. It's your ability to start something new. Your enemies are ashamed because for a lot of you, they could have tried to break your spirit, but yet still you're more curious. It's like this childlike innocence. They can't take that away. And the truth is that it was innately placed inside of you. This is something that you work towards curating as well. Because again, bitter people, they will do evil things to other people, hurt people, hurt people. But for you to have gone through so many things in your life and still be able to see the world and people in a new light and not giving up on yourself, still being able to dream. For a lot of you too, it's like I said before, when you leave a lot of relationships, you grow exponentially in if not several, all the areas of your life, especially when you come to realize that you were not the problem, and you come to understand why it had to happen, and the freedom that comes with it. With that Fool card is like, all of these people, this job, it was weighing me down. They really helped me. They didn't hinder me as they thought that they were doing. They thought that by isolating you and doing all of these things that you were going to come crawling back, or your life was going to fall to pieces. No. If anything, you stepped in your power. For a lot of you, even with this innocence card, like I said before, the truth is out and people are seeing you as an innocent person. All the lies that were told on you, the things that were said about you to get people to work with them, it was all a sham. I'm telling you. Yeah, transformation. And this is us, soul tribers. This is rebirth. This is death and resurrection. This is the metamorphosis. This is from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Your enemies are ashamed because of, like I said, for all the ridiculous things that they have done. They buried you not knowing that you're a seed. You do well in the dark. It's like you don't look like what you've been through. And even when you think about baptism, when you go under the water, it's like you submit, it's like dying. And then when you come out, that's resurrection. People come back looking for you, they can't find you. Or they're in awe of who you are. Oh, you must have done, surgery, you must have done this and that. But again, without them, you're better off. And you come to realize that, and now God is able to move and work in and through you. It says an ending is clearly the way for renewal. So for a lot of you, you come to realize endings are ways for new beginnings. You stop crying over spilt milk. You realize that you are the gift, you are the blessing. For a lot of you, it's been tough. It's been tough, though change may feel challenging. It was a necessary step towards your growth. So for a lot of you, a lot of us, growth is coming up a lot here. You see that? So your enemies, they're shocked at your growth. However, they were able to trick you, irritate you, trigger you. It's not working. Whatever they planned and wanted for you, it's not working. If anything, it's backfiring on them. For a lot of you, you are now open to change. And it's like surrendering to divine. Whatever is not good for me, whomever is not good for me, because you come to trust divine. That was all a part of the growth as well. Trusting God. You walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You did not fear any evil with this transformation. Why? Because God is with you. When you have nobody and you have only can trust God in the dark, when the snakes are hissing, the lions roaring, and everything else, the dogs are barking, you have to learn to trust God. And this is what it was all about. Your own self-evolution, your own journey of knowing God for who He is, your own self-awakening. So for a lot of you, you embrace transformation and you trust in the promise of new beginnings with that hope card. You are open. For a lot of you, you are open to letting go of what no longer serves you and make space for what's new and what's to come. Again, that was all a part of getting over the codependency. Holding on to people who really didn't love you, didn't want the best for you. You know your worth. You love yourself. Wow, behind that is the strength card. I'm telling you, you tame the beast within. You have your enemies under your feet. However big, bad they thought they were, strong, they are no match for you. They are no match for your God. This is what your enemies are coming to realize, and this is why they're ashamed. A lot of them underestimated you, thinking that it's you alone. It's all of us come together to make up this false lion. And they realize that there is more with you than they have with them. Your spiritual team, your ancestors, God, He does not play about you. You are highly and heavily protected, I'm telling you. For a lot of you, it's your ability to trust yourself. Trust. Your true strength is found in patience, compassion, and inner peace. So your enemies are mad because instead of you being out there rah-rahing and ray-raying with them, it's like you're at peace. If anything, like Jesus on the cross, you're saying, Lord, forgive those fools, because and I mean, not a fool in the good way like we just talk about there, but it's like they're losers. It's like, forgive them because they know not what they're doing. It's that kind of compassion. For a lot of you, one of the character that you have developed is also patience with keeping that hope, keeping hope alive. Believing in yourself, not giving up on yourself, not doubting yourself, even when everybody else throw the book at you. For a lot of you, again, you're not bitter, you're better because of it. Because you're kind, you're still loving, you're still caring. You learn to master your emotions. You align with the gentle yet unshakable power that's within you. And this is why a lot of people underestimated you. And again, maybe this is confirmation. This is something that you need to realize, your strength. Like the song by Whitney Houston, I didn't know my own strength. And so you had to realize that, look. And then when it's all said and done, you're like, wow. When you were with that person in that connection, you did not accomplish so much. And you and God, you're a force to be reckoned with. So you had to come to know your own strength, believing in yourself, trusting in yourself. When you have nobody to run an idea by, You have nobody to say, what do you think about this dress, this suit? How does it look? You have to look in the mirror and dress for yourself and trust that all is well. That is the confidence and the unshakable Godfidence that God wanted you to develop within yourself. And if anything, I'm telling you, your enemies did you a favor. We should be telling our enemies thank you. I'm telling you. And I'm not downplaying it, because who feels it knows it. But in the beginning, I'm sure when you're going through it, it's like all hell is breaking loose. Everything is falling apart. You're asking God a lot of why questions. You're sad. Nothing is working out. Blockages, stoppage. It's like when it rains, it pours. And I'm telling you, it's a different kind of rain that is coming in your life right now, soul tribers. This is the rain where now your enemies are running inside, but instead you are running outside and you are dancing in the rain with that full card, and it's like it's showers of blessings. Showers of blessings we need. It's like blessings and mercies around us is falling. That is the kind of blessing I'm talking about. It's because now when the rain is falling, like your enemies, they have to run, because it's like they're melting. They're melting. All their falseness and the falls here, everything is falling off of them. It's like they're becoming mush. They can't stand this kind of rain. Your enemies are ashamed right now. It said the wicked shall be moved. The wicked shall be moved. And then it says here soon. So for a lot of you, your enemies, they're going to, if not already, they're out of your way. It says God favors you. This is why your enemies are ashamed, because like for everything that they have done, for some of you, even with that departure card, like I said, you've had to walk away from a lot of things that you invested in. You could have had to walk away from your job, even a relationship, or relationships that were supposed to form. And, they're realizing that in spite of everything that they did, you come back. You grew from it. You grew from it. It's like I was thinking about the word resilience the other day. And I'm thinking that seed that the farmer planted, or even people looking at you and underestimating you and thinking you're not worthy for whatever reasons. And a lot of it too, it's measured by material things, which is ridiculous. Because sometimes the people who are putting themselves up to you, they really shouldn't, because they don't compare. But maybe because of who they're rubbing shoulders with, or maybe they think they're making more money, or whatever it is. And I'm thinking, when, say, somebody treat you like that old seed that, oh, we can just toss you out, or that farmer, because the farmer did it to protect, trample. After they do it, then they cover up the soil and made sure that it's hidden from the crows and everything else. And with all that germination and that little bit of bud. So when you see that strength card, and sometimes we don't even realize all the things that we've had to wiggle our way through, because it's that hope. I want to see sun. I want to see sun. I want to survive. I want to thrive. This is not the end. It's that determination. That's what I'm talking about, soul tribers. It's that determination. It says you're not falling for it. So your enemies are ashamed again. You're not falling for their lies, the illusions, them triggering you, trying to get under your skin. It's how faithful you are to your cause, how faithful you are to your God. For a lot of you, your enemies wanted you to give up on God. Maybe they worship the devil and they wanted you to come over there. Or again, they're just jealous of how much God favor you. It's kind of like the enemy who thought The devil thought that if God could remove, that edge of protection from around Job, and Job was able to, and Job lost everything, then Job would curse God, because he thought that Job was only faithful to God because of the blessings that he had in his life. And I'm telling you, the enemy had a rude awakening. And it's that kind of disappointment I'm talking about that your enemies now are having right now, because they're upset of how faithful God is to you. And this is why they try to stop and block your progress. Because then if there is enough delays in your life, God, where are you? Everybody turn against you, then you will give up on God and walk away. And it's like, no. Like I said before, you would have fainted. You would have given up. But from the time that you were a child until now, you have seen how God work in the lives of the people around you and in your life. The near experiences that you've had, and but God. You couldn't give up. You couldn't give in. They can't get you to doubt that there is not a God. Yes, it says they will have hell to pay. Your enemies will have hell to pay. They will have hell to pay. I mean, it's like, because for a lot of them, they put even the devil to shame. So the devil will be going to them to collect. This is why I'm telling you, they're running scared right now. You're a star. This is one of the cards that was in the reverse. People didn't want you to be seen. They probably, whatever the lies and illusions that they had spread about you, again, they didn't want you to be seen as somebody who is innocent, as somebody who is pure, as somebody who is a healer, somebody who is hopeful. They wanted to hide your light. They wanted you to dim your light. And this is why your innocence, everything is out in the open. You're calling them out. Your enemies are exposed, soul tribers. It says God always come through. He always come through for you. You know what you deserve. Amen. You're awakened to spiritual warfare. So for a lot of you, with everything that you have gone through, your enemies taught you how to fight spiritually. Because for a lot of you, a lot of us, this is not where the story ends. If anything, it's the beginning right now. Because again, new levels, new devils, and you're going to encounter different people. And you're going to have to be spiritually sharp, spiritually savvy out in these streets here, so that you are able to pick up on those energies. And when negative things are projected at you, how are you going to take care of yourself? Because yes, our angels, we have God in the spiritual realm, but at the same time, there are things that you need to do to take care of yourself. So you're awakened to spiritual warfare, yes. Our battle is not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness. And this is what you are now aware of. Spiritual wickedness in high places. You're not just looking at people like before and thinking, oh, they're so nice, they're so cute, look at that smile. No, it's like behind all of that, it's like a hiss. People want to sting you, trick you, play you. You are victorious. This is why your enemies are ashamed. Because whatever the traps, the tricks, it's like you keep scaling them. Lessons well learned. So for a lot of you, you learned those lessons. You took your power back. Your enemies are ashamed because you took your power back from them. That was probably one of your lessons that you had to learn. You give over power and control your heart to people who are heartless. They're cold, critical, judgmental, hateful. People who are playing with you. You learn to stand on business. Your enemies are ashamed because you're loved. You're an awesome person. This is why they try to hide you, and they probably try to change the narrative when it came to you. You told your enemies, elevate or be left behind, but you are not stooping down. So for a lot of you, you're moving on with that full card, taking that leap of faith into the unknown. You're not waiting on anybody. If they learn their lessons and they decide to change, because yes, people can change. Paul is one of those who was one of the biggest oppressor. of the Christians. As a matter of fact, when Stephen was stoned to death, Stephen was a child of God. When he was stoned to death, Paul was there. It's like seeing it happen, the Christians being persecuted. And in the end, God, had an encounter with him on that Damascus road. And today, I mean, the most of the New Testament is written by Paul. So you're not waiting though for anybody. And it's almost as if you're not, because our enemies, they're not willing to change. They are waiting for you to come back because they want to pull you back down. And you're like, nope, I know what it is. I know what it's all about now. I'm awake. I'm aware to spiritual warfare. I know exactly who you are and which side you're on. Two cannot walk unless they agree. And it's like if they do their work and they catch up with you, great. But elevate or be left behind, congratulations. Your enemies are ashamed because of instead of you getting the booze and the jeers that they expected, instead you're hearing congratulations. I love that. Look, you are protected. Your enemies are ashamed because of how protected you are. Even when you walk away from things, and maybe for a while you thought, how am I gonna do it without these people? And it's like God did it for you. You know what they're up to, even though you may not have said anything. You peep games. So people could have looked at you and think that you're naive, you're gullible, they're not gonna get it. But you knew all along what people were doing for a lot of you, and you didn't say anything. It's like you just allow them to play their hand. So for a lot of you, your enemies are feeling and looking real dumb right now. They're looking real foolish right now. Look, tell your haters thank you. That's confirmation. Victory is yours. They're mad. You're victorious under here, and victory is yours. So again, in the end, you win. We win. It was all a game between good and evil, light and darkness, and they picked a side. And they just have to learn to stand and sit with it. They're ashamed because you're having new beginnings. And we spoke about that before too. And with that innocence card, yes, you don't need them anymore. And it's like you're realizing with that transformation, endings bring new beginnings. Look, people are desperate right now. Your enemies are desperate. Belief kills and belief cure. This is what a lot of people are realizing. That they choose to believe in the wrong thing, or they believe the wrong people here. Your enemies are scrambling. Your enemies are ashamed because they realize that God is not done with you. So even if people are done with you, or were done with you, or they wrote you off, you have God on your side. That's more than enough. Your faith is renewed and your hope is restored. Look at that hope. Your faith is renewed. Your enemies are ashamed because, again, instead of you, saying, whoa, I am done, being a victim, no, you're more empowered. You're doing much better just by walking away from them. It's like, what competition? They don't compare. Again, what competition? They can't compete where they don't compare. It says they're big mad because you love yourself, you know your worth, you don't settle, you see through the lies and the trickery, you broke free, you no longer need their validation. They don't matter. I love that. They're mad because they cannot use you. They can't use you no more. They can't use you. It says you dealt with some wicked people. Your enemies are ashamed because they're looking at how evil they are. They have to look, and it's like they're sitting in that wet, dirty diaper, and they're seeing how mean, how evil, because you're innocent. You're innocent. And see, this is the thing, is like the enemy, the devil can get you into trouble, but the devil can't get you out. And it's like when you make certain decisions and choices and you have to sit with yourself. Why was I so mean to that person again? Why did I join people to hate? That person never did anything to me. And for a lot of people, they block their own blessings because it's like They came against you without a cause. You're not their puppet. So your enemies are ashamed because you're not their puppet. You're not to be played with, at least not anymore. You embody greatness. You have greatness within you. They're mad because of how confident you feel in yourself, how driven you are. They're ashamed. It says your light imitated them. Your light irritated them, and they are mad. So a lot of them could be intimidated by you too. Your light intimidated them. Wow. Not only irritated, but it intimidated them. It says you're open to opportunities. So your enemies are mad because a lot of them could have tried to stop and block doors and opportunities for you, but they couldn't stop you from believing. Look, it had to happen. It had to happen. I'm telling you, it was all a part of God's plan. The enemies are mad because for a lot of you, you may be resting and relaxing. They don't like that. They wanted your life to be in uproar and turmoil. You're fighting and all of this stuff. But instead, with all of this, you had peace because you realized that they were the problem. And it's like when you get rid of the problem, you have peace, right? It says, God will bless you more. God cleared your name. OMG. This is awesome, guys. And it's right under the innocent section. God cleared your name. Your enemies are ashamed. God cleared your name. God vindicated you. When God does it, soul tribers, it is well done. That is like the perfect way to end it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I just shuffled. I didn't see all of these and I didn't see and know what order they were going to come out to. But again, God did it. You're innocent. I love it for you, soul tribers. I love it for us. Until next time, take care and be blessed.